So we have a very big Social Security update that we need to get to. What is happening right now is something that many people didn't expect and nobody predicted. I'm going to explain what's going on, but what is happening right now could actually cause one of Donald Trump's promises for Social Security beneficiaries. Well, this may not happen because of multiple reasons now, as opposed to just one. I'll explain what's going on, how this is going to impact millions and millions of Social Security recipients, but what this means moving forward. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. Takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So what is this massive move and this big update for Social Security? And how are millions and millions of Americans going to be impacted as a result? Well, it has to do with a couple things. First off, it has to do with what Donald Trump has promised. Look at this. It says a big Social Security change proposed by President-elect Donald Trump may be bad news for Americans. Well, what this is discussing is the elimination of income tax on Social Security benefits. That is something that Donald Trump promised, that anybody that receives Social Security benefits should not be charged a tax on those benefits. Okay? Keep this in mind. You are already taxed, and that money is then put into Social Security, put into Medicaid, put in all these other programs, right? And then when you go and draw Social Security, you're going to have to pay a second tax. Does that make sense? No. That's why Donald Trump has promised to eliminate income tax on Social Security benefits. Okay. That takes us to yesterday, where we started to see reports of this. It says Donald Trump reportedly considering important alteration to tariff plans. According to the reports, Donald Trump and his team are looking at different ways to not impose a tariff on all countries on all sectors, but instead impose a tariff on specific countries like Canada, Mexico, China, but do it on specific sectors. Okay, not all. This could be the automotive. This could be just general goods. Could be on medication. Right? We don't know. But that is what the Trump team was looking at, according to the reports. Again, he was considering alterations to the tariff plan. Now, this is where the battle is really brewing. Look at this. It says a battle is brewing over tariffs among Trump's team. Some of Donald Trump's team wants to have very specific tariffs on certain countries, specific sectors. Other parts of his team want a kind of all-encompassing plan where we are going to tariff everybody. This is where it's going to be an issue. And listen to what Donald Trump had to say. Okay? According to Reuters, it says Trump denies report that his team is eyeing pared back tariffs. And Donald Trump even wrote on Truth Social, this is what he wrote. He wrote, the story in the Washington Post, quoting so-called anonymous sources which don't exist, incorrectly states that my tariff policy will be pared back. That is wrong. The Washington Post knows it's wrong. It's just another example of fake news. Now, here's where things are getting interesting, and this is how this could impact millions of people on Social Security as well as other programs. What we have known for some time is Donald Trump wants to eliminate income taxes on Social Security benefits. He also wants to lower our national deficit. Okay, the deficit is huge. And so in order to do that, he needs to increase revenue from taxes. Well, he doesn't want to tax the American people. He doesn't want to tax businesses. He wants to tax other countries, which essentially you're taxing the American people in the end. But, I'll get to that in a different video. But here's where things get interesting. These tariffs, if they are pared back, here's the problem. An elimination of income taxes on Social Security benefits will not happen. Okay? It can't happen because we are not making enough. We don't have enough revenue coming in. So if Donald Trump's team is serious about paring back some of these tariffs, or on only imposing this on specific sectors, the problem is the tariff percentage has to be higher on those that they do impose it on. That's where some say this is going to blow up. If this does happen and Donald Trump's team is fighting, and that's what it looks like, okay? This is an article from CNN. The battle is brewing over tariffs among Trump's team. I'll read a little bit of this to you. It says right here, in private discussions, aides are still focused on drawing up plans that hew closely to the blanket tariffs Trump proposed as a candidate. 10% on imports from all countries with a 60% levy on goods from China, while acknowledging that adjustments may need to be made to accommodate political or economic realities, according to three sources. It says Trump's aides are exploring enacting tariffs on a sunset of critical industries, either in advance or or alongside a broader tariff program to highlight trade imbalances and spur U.S. manufacturing activity. So again, this is Donald Trump's team. Okay, they're trying to figure this out, and at the same time they're trying to figure this out, experts are saying that this isn't going to work. This will not work because all the promises that Donald Trump made, eliminating taxes on tips, eliminating taxes on overtime income, eliminating income taxes on Social Security benefits, we can't do that if we're not bringing in more revenue. And the plan was to bring in revenue through tariffs imposed on other countries. So this is where many experts are saying that Social Security could be screwed if Donald Trump's team doesn't get it together. But again, do we want to see tariffs on every single product that we bring into the United States? I personally don't. But at the same time, I don't want to pay a tariff on top of having to pay taxes on everything that I earn. And I told you this before, back in like the 1800s, or early 1900s, we were using tariffs to pay for everything that the government needed. Okay? We were using tariffs. We weren't using income tax. That's where things shifted, where the government got a little bit of a taste of income tax, taxing our incomes. And then that just ballooned up to what it is today. And right now, many are talking about, well, we need to increase our income tax. We need more taxes so that we can provide more benefits. But at the same time, why would anybody want to pay more as far as taxes when we aren't the ones actually getting the benefits? Many of the benefits are going to other countries, right? People that are coming into this country illegally, getting benefits. I'd gladly pay taxes to help a veteran who is fighting for the country, get a house, right? Give them shelter, give them food, health care. Gladly do that. But for somebody that's never stepped foot in the United States, except illegally, does that make sense to give those people benefits? Don't know. But this is where things are very interesting. Donald Trump has promised to not cut Social Security. We're not going to see your Social Security benefits get cut. Not now. But if we do not have some type of massive reform on Social Security to shore up the program and ensure that it doesn't become insolvent in the next 10 years, then yeah, there will be cuts. And experts believe it can be as soon as 8 years from today. 8 years. That means, what is that, in 2033, we could see cuts. We could see a cut of 22% instantly, simply because there's not enough money in the Social Security Trust Fund. Yeah, that could happen. So, I want to leave you with that. Just understand at this time, Donald Trump says that no, he does not plan on paring back his tariffs. It's going to be an all-encompassing tariff plan, but his team is working on alterations that may be easier to get done. They may be more acceptable to other countries and to the American people. But based off what we're hearing, it seems like Donald Trump's team wants to start slowly and impose tariffs on specific countries and certain sectors, and then they will gradually expand to other countries and more sectors. But Donald Trump says no, that's not the plan. So, we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you right now is that without tariffs and without increasing taxes and income somewhere else, tax revenue, there's not going to be a tax cut, or at least a income tax cut for Social Security beneficiaries. So we'll see what happens moving forward, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.